WXedge.com. NewsAid's new website connects people from all walks of life with everything weather. Today we have one of our WeatherEdge team members here to talk about spring gardening. And David Silver is a professional landscaper and a master gardener who has over 30 years experience specializing in Japanese perennial and vegetable gardens. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
And so timely as well because, you know, with this warm weather we've had, a lot of plants are confused as well as gardeners.
Yes, everything's budding out way ahead of schedule. We're at least a month ahead with forsythia, at least a month ahead. I even have a weeping cherry in my yard I always blooms in May, first week of May. And this year it's trying to bud out. And
my tulips came out a month and a half early.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do? I mean, I bought some seeds already because I thought, oh, okay, it's getting warmer, I can plant. Are people thinking the same way I am? And should we hold off?
Yeah, you shouldn't really rush the season. I mean, I made the mistake. I have some fig trees. They were in the basement. They started to bud out. I couldn't keep them cold enough, so I said, all right, you want to bud out? Well, let's get warm. And I put them in the sun, and I'm going to have to bring them in tonight. And they're heavy, heavy pots. I mean, it takes 2 people to lift them. One thing we can do, if you've jumped the season, and say you put in lettuce in the garden already, now we're gonna get a freeze. You want to protect those plants, and this piece of cloth is called the floating row cover. And you see, it's not the landscape cloth that blocks weeds. It's very porous and thin.
Yes, it is thin.
And so, and it floats. That's what it floats over the row. So you spread this out. You can see this is
right
pretty
on top
dirty.
Of the
yeah,
on
right,
top
right
of
on
the
top.
plant.
And you put some bricks down to keep it from blowing away, and this will protect them from the frost.
And when do you put that over the plant?
You should
as
put
soon
this,
as
you can put it out today if you don't have time to do it at night. But put it out before tonight.
You got to check the weather, and if it's under a certain temperature, what would that be?
Below freezing.
Below freezing, so you know to put this over it.
Right.
And do you take it off during the day, or do you just leave it?
Or you can leave it on. Actually, we put this out even in the summertime over cucumbers. It keeps the leaf beetles off the cucumbers until they get established, so it protects plants all through the season.
And David, where do you get that?
Oh, any garden supply place. There's various brand names. This particular one has a brand name called Rime, and but what you don't want is the weed blocking cloth. And it'll say weed blocker. It's black.
So don't confuse that with this. This is what you want.
Right, the floating row cover.
Okay. Another issue for people is that some plants just don't want to grow in their garden. And so you say it's probably because the soil's not quite right.
Well, I always believe in the right plant for the right place. People make a mistake. They'll get a little Colorado blue spruce and they put it right on the edge of their driveway, and it's about this big. Well, they don't realize like in 30 years it's going to get to be a plant that's 50, 60 feet tall. So that's one thing. The other thing is I like to start the season with a soil test. And what we have here is from the University of Connecticut or your agricultural extension station is this little kit. It costs $8. And there's instructions right in here. It tells you how to take the soil sample, and you write down what it is that's in your garden. For instance, if you want to know about vegetables, what to plant, what to mix into the soil. And you take a trowel and you take a sample of the soil from 10 different places in the garden, and they only need a cup. And you put this in and you send it off, and you'll get a report back from the University of Connecticut. And they'll tell you exactly what you need to do with that soil. Now you can ask, say for the vegetable garden, and you can be very specific. I'm going to grow tomatoes right in this spot. What do I need? If you're having a problem with like a rhododendron or an azalea or say even blueberry bushes, anything that you'd like to know about, you can write where the soil is from. And then you send this off, and within a couple weeks you'll get an analysis and recommendations. And they even give you organic solutions for what you like to do.
Excellent. Now, we only have less than a minute here. Let's talk about what you brought. These are tools to help prune our garden.
Right. This time of year...
Essential tools, right?
Essential tools. This time of year, it's great because stuff is budding out. And you can instantly recognize dead wood. If you have no clue as to what to do in the garden, this is good, because you'll see, all right, this is budding out, I shouldn't cut this, but that, it looks gray and diseased, I should cut that out. So these are essential Felco pruners, and you can see it's got a quite sharp edge. This part is the anvil part, is the part that goes underneath the branch, and then you cut down like that. And along with that, I have this little pocket pruner, a sharpener, and always keep it very sharp throughout the day, several times during the day.
When you prune, is there a specific way to prune a branch?
Well, you do
Close
want,
to the...
yeah, when you're cutting dead wood out, you want to get as close to the live wood as possible. You don't want to leave stubs.
Okay.
Don't want to leave stubs.
And what is
this? This is a folding saw.
Oh my!
And yeah, you can cut quite a bit of this.
I bet.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
And you'll see there's a little arrow on here.
Yes.
All right. That is it's a pull saw, so you're only sawing in one direction. And so your pressure is down on the branch.
And then go this way.
Go this way,
Right.
and then you're not pushing against it.
Very good. Great tips here, David. For more information on David Silver and our other WeatherEdge contributors, go to WXedge.com and keep an eye out on that weather, because that's how we know what to do, right, David?
Right. Exactly.
Great to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
very much.
so welcome.